Even though the garden's not ready yet, we still found some other edible plants on the island.
Are you a fan of reality-based documentaries that follow people as they go about their daily lives? If so, you're probably familiar with Alaskan Bush People. If you've been wondering what happened to the Brown family after the show paused, you're not alone. Many fans have been curious about the transformations and challenges the family has faced over the years. Alaskan Bush People debuted on May 6, 2014, on Discovery Channel, and quickly gained attention for its portrayal of the Brown family's effort to survive in the wilderness, disconnected from modern society. The show follows a family of 9 who gave up modern comforts to live off the land. They built their own shelter using forest materials, hunted and foraged for food, and only made rare trips to town to buy essentials. The matriarch, Amy, would visit the store twice a month at most. Suddenly, the show stopped airing, and rumors of cancellation began to spread. Fans were left wondering about the family's well-being. Since the show began, the Browns have undergone major transformations, from changes in lifestyle and location to personal achievements and losses. Billy Brown, the family patriarch, was born on December 3, 1952. He married Amy Brown in 1979, and together they had 7 children: Matthew, Joshua, Bear, Gabriel, Noah, Snowbird, and Rain. Billy passed away on February 7, 2021, at the age of 68 after suffering a fatal seizure at their ranch in Washington. His son, Bear, announced the news on social media, expressing deep grief. Billy had long struggled with heart and lung issues, and his death marked a major turning point for the show and the family. They continue to honor his legacy by carrying on the values he instilled. Amy Brown, born August 28, 1963, is the family matriarch and a skilled gardener. She was diagnosed with stage 3 lung cancer in April 2017 and was given only a 3% chance of survival. Her illness became a major storyline in the show and prompted the family to move to Southern California for her treatment. Fortunately, her cancer went into remission a year later. She recently experienced another health emergency in early 2025, but made a speedy recovery and now shares her outdoor adventures on Instagram with over 87,000 followers. Matt Brown, the eldest child, was born on September 7, 1982. He left the show after season 8 following a battle with alcohol addiction and a bizarre accident involving gunpowder. He later moved to California and started a YouTube channel in 2019, where he documents his life after the show and has built a following of over 48,000 subscribers. Joshua Bam Bam Brown, born September 18, 1984, is the second oldest. He grew up on the family's fishing boat and remains more private than his siblings. In 2016, he began a relationship with Allison Kagan, a field producer on the show. They've maintained a steady relationship and even worked on renovating a ferry boat together. Bam Bam occasionally shares glimpses of their life with his 195,000-plus Instagram followers. Bear Brown, born July 10, 1987, had his first child, River Anthony, with his ex, Raven Adams, in March 2020. The birth of River introduced a new generation to the Brown family. Bear and Raven's relationship has had ups and downs, with periods of co-parenting, breakups, and reconciliations. Bear remains an active father and shares updates about his son on social media. In 2025, Bear addressed rumors that Alaskan Bush People was cancelled, clarifying the show was on hiatus. He also stirred controversy with an April Fool's prank about injuring his finger and faced serious headlines after Raven filed for a restraining order, accusing him of threats and substance abuse. Gabe Brown, born December 15, 1989, married Raquel Rose Pantia in January 2019. That same year, they welcomed their first daughter, Sophia. In 2021, Raquel announced the quiet arrival of their second child. Gabe has taken on the role of father while balancing his involvement in the show. He grew up on the family's fishing boat and is also an artist. At one point, Gabe battled a streptococcal infection while his mother was undergoing cancer treatment, and the two had to remain apart for safety reasons. Noah Brown, born July 18, 1992, married Rain Alicia in 2018. They had their first son, Elijah, in 2019 and welcomed a second son, Adam, in 2021. Sadly, the couple separated in January 2025 after 6 years of marriage. They shared the news via TikTok, choosing transparency with their fans. The split introduced another major shift in the family dynamic. Snowbird Brown, born November 18, 1994, is the first daughter of Billy and Amy. She was 18 when the show started and was the last of the family to join social media. She now runs an Etsy shop called Snowbird Crafts, selling handmade items. In 2022, she had a cancer scare after doctors found large tumors in her abdomen. She underwent surgery, and while not diagnosed with cancer, there remains a risk of recurrence. In 2024, she gave fans a health update stating everything still looked good. Rain Brown, the youngest, was born on November 23, 2002, and was just 10 when the show began. Now an adult, she's in a committed relationship with Josiah Lorton. They met while working together. She was a waitress, and he was a head chef. Although she denied marriage rumors in 2023, she confirmed in December 2024 that they were married and changed her name on social media to Rain Lorton. She has 401,000 followers and regularly shares personal updates. Over time, the Brown family has transitioned from life in remote Alaska to a more modern lifestyle on their 435-acre North Star Ranch in Washington state. This move came as a necessity due to Amy's health and marked a major shift in how the family lived and how the show was produced. Individual family members have since moved on to their own paths. Matt became an artist, Noah created tools and crafts, Bam Bam worked in the marine industry, Bear pursued outdoor adventure projects, and Gabe focused on construction work. The family also released merchandise and explored book writing and public speaking, sharing insights on sustainable living and personal growth. As a whole, they're estimated to be worth about $60 million, with Billy earning $500,000 per season and the children earning between $40,000 and $60,000. The show was reportedly cancelled after 14 seasons, following a $500,000 lawsuit filed by Billy Brown's former business partner Robert Moan. Moan claimed that he was promised 10% of the gross income from Billy's creative works but never received payment. In court testimony, Amy Brown spoke of the show in the past tense, implying it had officially ended. Discovery Channel has not officially confirmed the cancellation, but Alaskan Bush People has not aired new episodes since 2022. Despite the show's end, the Brown family continues to face challenges, both personal and legal. Rumors persist that the family never actually lived full-time in the Alaskan wilderness and that scenes were staged. Legal charges were even brought against them for falsely claiming Alaskan residency to receive government benefits. However, Billy had always denied these allegations. Health issues, particularly Amy's cancer and Snowbird's tumor, forced the family to relocate permanently. In 2024, tensions flared when Noah and his wife Rain filed for a protection order against Rain Brown, citing harassment, though the request was denied. Soon after, Noah and his wife announced their separation. These events hint at growing strains within the family. Bear Brown has teased a possible spin-off series, Alaskan Bush People, behind the scenes, and is exploring a YouTube project called The Next Generation of Alaskan Bush People, which would follow his return to Alaska. He has been seeking donations to help fund this project. The Brown family currently lives in Tonasket, Washington, on a 400-acre homestead. The town is home to fewer than 1,000 people and sits about 24 miles from the Canadian border. Billy Brown once reflected on the family's move there, calling it a second chance at life. After years of battling the harsh Alaskan wilderness and enduring both personal and collective hardships, this move marked a pivotal new chapter for the Browns. The shift from Alaska to Washington wasn't just about location. It was about survival, adaptation, and finding a way to thrive under a new set of circumstances. With modern medical needs, particularly Amora Amy Brown's cancer treatments, The family needed to be closer to essential services. Their new home at North Star Ranch gave them the space they desired, while also providing access to medical care, education, and new business opportunities. Although no longer living entirely off the grid, as they once did in the Alaskan bush, the Browns continue to embrace a hybrid lifestyle. They grow much of their own food, raise livestock, and still rely on many of the wilderness survival skills they showcased in earlier seasons of the show. Their property includes a variety of structures built by hand, continuing the family's tradition of craftsmanship and self-sufficiency. Gabe Brown has taken on carpentry projects within the local community, while Noah Brown has turned his inventive mind to customizing tools and household items for off-grid use. Despite the more modern setting, their core values remain the same: faith, family, and freedom. Each of the Brown siblings has begun carving out their own identity and purpose, both within and outside of the shadow of their famous TV origins. Some have embraced a more public-facing persona, like Bear and Rain, who frequently share updates on social media. Others, like Bam Bam and Matt, have taken a more private path, focusing on personal growth and side projects. The show's cancellation after 14 seasons left a noticeable gap in reality TV. Alaskan Bush People stood apart from traditional reality programming by blending survivalism, family drama, and the emotional bonds that come with living life on the edge of civilization. It wasn't just a show about building cabins or fishing for dinner, it was about resilience, parenting, grief, and growing up under extreme conditions. For many fans, watching the Browns wasn't just entertainment, it felt like following the journey of a real-life frontier family. Discovery Channel has not made an official statement confirming the cancellation, but its absence from their current media lineup and the lack of recent production activity suggests that the original format is unlikely to return in the near future. Still, that hasn't stopped loyal fans from speculating about a potential spin-off or reboot. Bear Brown has hinted at a new YouTube series titled The Next Generation of Alaskan Bush People, which could offer a more personal, behind-the-scenes look at his life and the next chapter of the Brown family legacy. Whether or not this project takes off, it shows that there's still an audience eager to follow their journey, whether on TV, online, or through social media. The Browns have also leveraged their fame in different ways. Several family members have explored new ventures, including merchandise, public speaking engagements, and online content creation. Rain Brown, for instance, has built a substantial online following and frequently shares insights about her mental health, daily routines, and personal philosophies. Matt Brown has found a niche audience through his YouTube channel, where he offers reflections on life, addiction recovery, and his time away from the spotlight. Over time, the cultural legacy of Alaskan Bush People may become even more appreciated. Whether you admired the Browns for their rugged independence or were simply intrigued by their unconventional lifestyle, their story resonated with viewers across generations. The future of Alaskan Bush People remains uncertain. While some fans hope for a revival or spin-off, others are content following the family's journey online. The show's conclusion doesn't mark the end of their story. It's just a new chapter in a long and evolving legacy. What do you think? Should the show return? Would it be worth watching? Let us know your thoughts.